I work in the Cognitive and Behavioral Health Unit here at Baycrest. Part of my responsibilities are to consult to behavioral neurology with neuropsychological assessment for the clients on behavioral neurology. And then another part of my responsibilities is to work and develop prosthetic memory aids for people with severe memory impairment. Up until the 1980s, the prevailing view was that memory was sort of a box in the brain, and then if that brain was damaged, then there was nothing to do to fix it. So as a consequence, there was very little professional attention paid to how could one help people with severe memory disorders. What we know is that there are now memory systems in the brain. The major divisions are between declarative and procedural. Declarative memory can be further subdivided into what we call semantic and episodic. To give you a sense of how all of these memory systems work together, if we take riding a bike, you can know what a bike is, which is semantic memory. You can remember the last time you rode a bike, which would be your episodic memory, and you can know how to ride a bike, which is procedural memory. Now, why is this important? It's important because beginning in the mid-1980s, early 90s, we began to discover that procedural memory is preserved in amnesic individuals or people with severe memory disorder. And that all of a sudden provided us with an avenue for rehabilitation. So it's important to understand that rather than memory being a box, and once it's damaged there's nothing to be done, in fact, memory is composed of multiple systems, and you can have damage in those areas and leave all the other areas of intellectual and cognitive functioning intact. So you can have individuals who are as bright as they ever were, can problem solve as well as they could do, yet can't remember what they were doing 5-10 minutes ago. If we could do something to improve their memory, then there'd be no reason why they couldn't be functioning fully independently again as they used to before. What we've done over the last 20 years is developed a program called Memory Link. The idea is that you try to link people to their everyday activity, link them to other resources, and link emerging technology to what we now understand about memory systems in the brain. What we were able to do is devise what we call the Baycrest planner. So this serves as the memory store. It's divided into task-relevant sections. So there's a calendar, phone number, things to do, and also a today section. We devised this little multi-alarm beeper, which could then be set to go off at various times during the day, calibrated with your upcoming activities so you could stay on track. So now what we have is Palm Pilots. Now this is a quantum leap forward in terms of the ability to store and retrieve information. There's also a queuing mechanism, an alarm that can be set to go off at the target times. So there's real similarities between these two, but this is a step forward in terms of technology because these are able to store tremendous amounts of information that would just be totally impractical in terms of a paper-based system. And on top of that, there are other applications in this which support memory. So for example, this one has a camera which is now capable of supporting visual memory as well as verbal memory. But I think the main thing here is what we call user acceptability. So there's no stigma attached with using a Palm Pilot. Technology is expanding at an unprecedented rate, and it holds the promise of enabling older people to remain in their own homes, to access information that they need even if they have mobility problems, to stay connected with services that they may not otherwise be able to access. So I think this is the time now to begin to spread awareness about the role that this technology can play and enable people to begin to understand it and recognize the promise that it does hold. So this is the time to share the information, but also we have to prove its value. If you can design technology that does meet a need, then people will use it. We found this with our amnestic clients, and I'm convinced that in the future, as we work more with elderly people and these advances in technology, that they too will turn to this technology to support their changing needs as well.